Number 10. Air Gear. Air treks, also known as AD, are motorized and futuristic inline skates that are the new craze taking the nation by storm. Although each comes with a speed limiter, a community of daredevils known as the Storm Riders are brave enough to tamper with the device. Utilizing ATs in underground battles, individual teams wager valuable AT parts or team emblems, their symbol of pride to dominate the streets. Living in this era is Atsuki Minami, a middle school student notorious for engaging in street fights. Always wanting to reach heights no one else is able to, the reckless punk will break through any obstacle that stands in his way, alongside his best friends Kazuma Mikura and Onigiri. However, it is when he discovers a pair of air tracks in his house that the path to his true desire finally opens. To rule the skies. Number 9. Trinity 7. One day, the bright red sun stopped shining, causing the breakdown phenomenon, the destruction of Arata Kasuga's town, and the disappearance of the people inhabiting it. All, however, is not yet lost. By utilizing the magical grimoire given to him by his childhood friend and cousin Hijiri Kasuga, Arata's world gets artificially reconstructed. In order to investigate the phenomenon, Lilith Asami appears before Arata, whose artificial world suddenly disintegrates. He is given two choices: hand over the book or die. However, Arata chooses the third option, enrolling in the top-secret magic school Royal Biblia Academy, where 6 other magical users await him. Together with Lilith, these 6 form the Trinity Seven, the elite of the school who each bolster their own power and skill. With the ambition to save Hijiri and the help of his newfound friends, Arata stops at nothing to prevent the destruction of his beloved hometown and to bring his best friend back. Number 8. Phantom. Requiem for the Phantom. Mafia is rife in America, where assassinations are a regular occurrence on the streets. Inferno, a mysterious company, is behind most of these dealings through the use of their near-invincible human weapon, Phantom. One day, a Japanese tourist accidentally witnesses Phantom's latest murder. Desperate to escape, the tourist hides in a secluded building. However, Phantom, revealed to be a young woman named Ajin, and the leader of Inferno Side Master, captures the tourist and brainwashes him. Given the name's way, this once peaceful tourist is now a puppet of Inferno with no memories. Drawn into a world of lies, deceit, and violence, Zwei must fight to survive, hopefully to one day regain his memories and escape from this world where he is constantly on the brink of death. Number 7. Rin. Daughters of Mnemosyne. Immortality is something many people would wish for. But would it be such a coveted ability if people knew they would be subject to countless attacks because of it? Such is the case for Rin Asaugi, an immortal private investigator, because there is no shortage of people who want her dead. Over the centuries, she has met many grisly ends, but each time, she returns to life as if nothing had happened. In 1990, while looking for a lost cat, Rin runs into Kauki Mino, a man who feels that his memories are wrong. Agreeing to help him, Rin discovers that Kauki is not what he seems, all the while drawing closer to her true enemy. This adversary knows Rin and her kind all too well, and if she dies by his hand, she may stay dead permanently. Number 6. Corpse Party. Tortured Sachikusareta Tamashi no Jukyu shows a sobering look at redemption, sacrifice, and how the past is always right behind, sometimes a little too close for comfort. Number 5. Monster. Dr. Kenzu Tenma, an elite neurosurgeon recently engaged to his hospital director's daughter, is well on his way to ascending the hospital hierarchy. That is until one night, a seemingly small event changes Dr. Tenma's life forever. While preparing to perform surgery on someone, he gets a call from the hospital director telling him to switch patients and instead perform life-saving brain surgery on a famous performer. His fellow doctors, fiancé, and the hospital director applaud his accomplishment. But because of the switch, a poor immigrant worker is dead, causing Dr. Tenma to have a crisis of conscience. So, when a similar situation arises, Dr. Tenma stands his ground and chooses to perform surgery on the young boy Johann Liebert instead of the town's mayor. Unfortunately, this choice leads to serious ramifications for Dr. Tenma, losing his social standing being one of them. However, with the mysterious death of the director and 2 other doctors, Dr. Tenma's position is restored. With no evidence to convict him, he is released and goes on to attain the position of hospital director. 9 years later, when Dr. Tenma saves the life of a criminal, his past comes back to haunt him. Once again, he comes face to face with the monster he operated on. He must now embark on a quest of pursuit to make amends for the havoc spread by the one he saved. Number 4. Blood Plus. Saya Otanashi is a seemingly ordinary girl living a mundane life with her adopted family in Okinawa City. In fact, her only peculiarities are suffering from anemia and being unable to remember any of her life beyond the previous year. However, Saya's forgotten past quickly comes back to haunt her one night. She is attacked at school by a creature that feeds on human blood. Just when all hope seems lost, a mysterious man named Haji appears and fends off the creature temporarily. But when her rescuer forces her to drink his blood, Saya suddenly enters a trance and slays the monster with ease, using her own blood as a catalyst. Saya then learns of an organization named Red Shield, founded for the sole purpose of defeating the hellish beasts. Now Saya and Haji must work together with Red Shield to fight these fearsome monsters and unlock the secrets to the girl's past. Number 3. Freezing. Decades into the future, humanity is under siege by an alien race known as the Novas. These inhuman beings leave devastation in their wake whenever they appear, with the efforts to stave them off becoming known as Nova Clashes. Young women known as Pandoras and young men known as Limiters are implanted with stigmata to give them superhuman powers and are trained in military academies, where they must learn to work together if humanity is to have a chance of surviving. Freezing tells the story of Kazuya Aoi as he sets out for his first day at the West Genetics Military Academy, right when a battle royale is being undertaken by the Pandoras. It is here that he mistakes Adelizer Albrigit, a powerful Pandora known as the Untouchable Queen, as his deceased sister, and embraces her. Though he costs her the match, she finds that his touch doesn't drive her away, and decides to take him as her limiter. The only question is whether or not their partnership can survive the machinations of their upperclassmen and the impending battle with the Novas. Number 2. Ajin. Demi-Human. Mysterious immortal humans known as Ajin first appeared 17 years ago in Africa. Upon their discovery, they were labeled as a threat to mankind, as they might use their powers for evil and were incapable of being destroyed. Since then, whenever an Ajin is found within society, they are to be arrested and taken into custody immediately. Studying hard to become a doctor, Kei Nagai is a high schooler who knows very little about Ajin, only having seen them appear in the news every now and then. Students are taught that these creatures are not considered to be human, but Kei doesn't pay much attention in class. As a result, his perilously little grasp on this subject proves to be completely irrelevant when he survives an accident that was supposed to claim his life, signaling his rebirth as an Ajin and the start of his days of torment. However, as he finds himself alone on the run from the entire world, Kei soon realizes that more of his species may be a lot closer than he thinks. Number 1. Venturing into the wilderness, the skeptical Ryota Murakami and the ambitious Kuroneko were on a quest to prove the existence of extraterrestrial life when a tragic accident occurred, reaping Kuroneko of her life and leaving Ryota in a critically injured state. 10 years have passed since the disaster, and Ryota is now living a normal life in high school. He vows to prove that aliens are real in honor of his late friend. A transfer student named Nico Kuroha unexpectedly arrives one day, bearing a striking resemblance to the late Kuroneko, even sharing a similar name. Most mysteriously, she seems to possess supernatural powers. As Ryota takes more interest in Nico, he is drawn into a deadly world where dangerous scientists hunt magic-wielding witches that have escaped from their secret research laboratory. Nico is one of these escapees, but there are many others who are in similar situations, and it's up to Ryota to protect them from their would-be captors.